Radio Network, broadcasting from the Lucas Oil Studios. Driven by Dodge Motorsports and powered by Sony's Car Audio, where we bring you closer to your music. It's Speed Freaks. Motorsports Radio redefined. With Kenny Sargent.
I win the races and I get the money.
Crash Gladys.
The sassy lassie with the classy chassis.
And Statman.
What we're dealing with here is a complete lack of respect for the law.
Here's the Freaks.
Woo, woo, woo. Ow!
Living easy! Living free!
Well, you got it. Speed Freaks on a big butt full of weekend wrapping up tonight. And before we get into last night's Richmond Sprint Cup race, today is a monumental day here in the Freak Nation. Follow me here. Never in our 12-year history do I believe this has happened, Statman, Crash, Triple F, where all four of our G-Dam college teams are 2-0 to start the season. Triple F's Bruins are undefeated. Crash's Indiana Hoosiers, even though she didn't know this, are 2-0.
Wait.
Yes. Yeah.
The Indiana in football.
Yeah, we're not talking about basketball. Right.
Indiana in football. What do they
Yes!
Who have they played? Savannah State and
Ball
who
State.
else?
They
And
played
Ball
Savannah
State.
State's junior varsity. And then, of course, Statman's Buckeyes without a loss and the Longhorns win last night over New Mexico State High School for the Legally Blind are also 2-0. So, you know, I got to play some fight songs here, man. Little Bruins fight song.
Tell me you have the Hoosier fight song.
And, I mean, that was a big win last night. The freaking asinine Huskers who left the Big 12 and go to the Big 10, which, by the way, I found out last night, since 1993, very close to these numbers, the Big 10 versus the Pac-12 or whatever the hell it was, since 1993 is like 5-27-1. Oof. Against Pac-12 teams, Statman. You're Big 10. Crash, you're Big 10. Against that anti-football league called the Pac-12 or 10, whatever the hell it's been.
No, the Big 10, Big 10 is bogus
Bowl.
this year.
Well, what about the last 20 years against,
that's not
against
a very
Pac-12?
good record.
But you know, there's some teams, Ohio State and Michigan.
You recognize this fight song, Stat?
I thought you were going to play the other fight song that you made the fight song.
No, this is Ohio State something, man. Come on.
This isn't Ohio State.
What is it? It's like the cheer song or something like
Where'd
that.
you find that one?
Come on, this is Ohio.
This is
See, there
Ohio
it is.
State's
This is-
fight song.
yeah. Stat, man. Damn, where you been, man? Wearing that Michigan jersey too long?
No.
Yeah, well,
no,
they
no,
haven't.
no.
The band doesn't play the first verse. They always come with the chorus. So I
Well,
don't
of course,
know
you got to have that. Got to throw
There's
that
Texas.
Longhorn fight song in there. I mean, all four of our teams 2-0. Crash, you had no idea that Indiana is 2-0.
No, I actually did not. No, I did not. Play my fight song.
Damn it. Okay, and of course the Indiana Hoosier
Got it.
fight song. Yeah.
No, I knew it.
Yeah, see,
You suck.
that's the one we were looking for.
Yeah, the Indiana Hoosiers fight song. I like big butts, baby.
You see, even you're bumping your head over there.
How can you not? It's like Night at the Roxbury. Kenny's just bumping like Will Ferrell there.
So, yeah.
They're obviously not a part of Team Crasher, are they? Indiana girls do not have big butts.
Crasher.
They don't. Iowa's worse. Minnesota's probably worse. Actually, no. Minnesota people work out.
Lebanon, Oregon is worse.
No, Oregon as a state overall is probably better.
Okay.
Okay, Lebanon, Oregon, that's a little town. I'm talking
Elma,
about state versus
Washington
state.
is worse.
No. You got to go to state versus state. Indiana girls overall don't have the biggest butts. They don't.
What are you talking about?
So how are we going to measure this?
I don't know. That's a good question. We do need to figure it out. And you know, it's the measuring rule. You put your thumbnails together and you stretch out your pinkies. And if a girl's butt doesn't fit in that, area right here, I wish I could show this. I know we're on radio. If girl's butt does not fit in that area, then it's too big.
Hell no.
It's the asomometer.
But that's a different measurement for
That's why you hope you have big hands.
Shaquille O'Neal or Crash Gladys.
That's what the brothers,
I mean, those are very different measurements.
That's kind of like guys.
Crash
12
Gladys,
inches.
Kenny Sargent, Speed Freaks on a Sunday
12 inches
night.
is different for every guy.
And again, we kick it off with something that has absolutely nothing to do with motorsports, but damn it, it's a big night here in the Freak Nation. Well, again, all four of our teams are 2-0. But back to that Sprint Cup last night in Richmond where rain and uneventful racing went back and forth and to the last 25 laps or so where the drama was ratcheted up to about 11. Jeff Gordon, Kyle Busch, both in and out of the chase on certain laps until the checkered flag dropped at about 1:30 Eastern, Freak Nation. If you were awake, you saw Jeff Gordon finish second and Kyle Weeping Busch in 16th and is out of the chase for the Sprint Cup. Your Richmond race winner, Clint Boyer, says tonight was unbelievable, man. The guy learned a lot.
It's unbelievable. To win tonight the way we won it, we got the left rear knocked down, and that ultimately ended up winning us the race. But, we had to – I learned a lot. I backed off and really wasn't using any gas, obviously, and wasn't using much brake at all. And actually there for 30, 40 laps, I started to pick up and really maintain for a long, long time. So – It's the same old thing, always when you start backing up and saving gas, you go faster, and they're screaming at you, no, I said slower, and you're like, I am going slower.
And Crasher, I was on Central Time doing some flat track in Knoxville Raceway, the infamous sprint car, greatest track in the history of mankind, so they say. And I got home late and saw some of the highlights of the race, and didn't Clint Boyer spin out somewhere during the race or run through the grass or something, or was that from the week before?
I think he spun out early. Yeah, so he had to come back.
Right.
I didn't see the beginning of the race either. I just saw the last, 1,000, 1,500 laps.
But it's incredible that guy picked off a win. Jeff Gordon says he feels like he won last night's race because he made it into the chase despite what? The hell's I writing there, man? Jeff Gordon says he feels like he won the damn race, and mad props to his crew chief, Alan Gustafson.
Well, actually, Gordon, at one point, was only in the thing by 1 point.
Oh, that was exciting last night. That was really cool.
I think he finally passed somebody else, so he got in by 3 points total when the final tolls.
And I'm eating some crow because I think 6 or 7, 8, 10 weeks ago I said, he was sitting in 22nd
you
spot.
You did, yes.
6, 7, 8, 10.
Yeah, he was. I said he was done. The old man is done. Not by this interview.
I went to Alan, and he never wavered. He was confident. They were looking at the data from what setup we had in to our teammates, even Tony, and we had just done the rear bar, and they were pretty confident that was going to get us close to our teammates. And he was right. I still had a little doubt in him, though. No, after that, I felt like I won the race tonight. I mean, when that was over and they told me that I was in the chase and we made it, I mean, I was ecstatic. I was going nuts. And to me, after you have that kind of effort and fall back and then come up there and finish second, almost win the race and make it in by 1 point, man, I don't see any reason why we can't go over these next 10 races if we put that kind of effort out we put tonight and be a real threat for the championship.
Denny Hamlin, of course, who is in the chase, says it's unfortunate that his teammate Kyle Busch didn't make it into the chase for Joe Gibbs Racing.
Really sucks to not have Kyle in the chase. It's important for JGR to have cars in the chase. That's Joe and JD's livelihood. They don't have anything, real businesses outside of that, so they need cars in the chase to make a living, and so it's tough. That part of it's tough. It's up to us to go out there and try to perform and get them a championship with one of their cars.
That, of course, Denny Hamlin in the chase. Crasher?
What really sucks, if anybody was following Clint Boyer's Twitter timeline last night,
sucks.
He ran out of friends to party with. Dude was talking about pornography. He was tweeting some random stuff last night, and literally
on Boyer's Twitter.
Oh yeah, but it was all in fun stuff. Mm-hmm. And he said, "Well, I guess I run out of friends to celebrate with. Damn it! Suppose I'll turn it in for the night."
Not a finger.
Wow.
That's what sucks.
Yeah.
Sorry, Kyle.
You run out of people to party with.
Right.
So back to Kyle Busch, and again, I didn't see this. I fell asleep. I didn't see the finale. There was Kyle and Jeff were going back and forth, and I said, I got to get up to 4:45 for a flight. But Statman, official reporter of the Freak Nation with the Richmond race, was hanging out. And, Statman, you saw what happened between Joe Gibbs and Kyle Busch?
Well, at the end of the race, after the 15,000 laps that I saw, they pulled into the pit road, and they took the camera inside of Kyle Busch's car, and you could see Joe Gibbs come over there and kneel down beside the car, and he was talking to him. Obviously, he was, because Busch had just missed by 3 points getting into the chase, and it was a whole thing, a bad call evidently by the crew chief, and Kyle was ignoring him. Unstrapping his belts, climbed out of the car. Joe had to move out of the way so he could climb out of the car, and the TV people were over there trying to get a comment from him. The PR guy or whoever it was, his handler, pushed him away and said, "No, not now." And everybody was just enabling him to be a jerk. And
so he dished his team owner, Joe Gibbs.
He dissed the owner. He dissed the media. He dissed everybody because he didn't make the chase. I mean, it's not like this is life and death. I know to guys that just waited till the last minute to get out of high school, this might seem like the most important thing in their life, but this is not life and death struggle. This is
it's
a job.
Racing.
It's
entertainment.
It's his job. It's his job. It's bigger than entertainment. It's his job. But because he didn't get into the chase,
it's not the end of the world.
It's not the end of the world.
So when Brady loses the Super Bowl to the New York Giants, and Fox or CBS, who was ever covering the Super Bowl last year, I don't think I'm allowed to say that, the big game last year, they stick a camera in Brady's face. What did Brady do? He answered the freaking questions.
Yes, he did.
Russell Westbrook with Oklahoma City when they lost to Miami. He didn't run from the cameras. He answered the cameras. He answered the reporters, Statman.
Yeah, for 2 years.
It's part of the emotions of sports.
For 2 years, LeBron James was the most hated man in sport. But every time they stuck a microphone or a camera in his face, he talked to the media. He missed out after promising 7 championships. He missed out on it last year.
And this wasn't even a championship. Kyle didn't lose a championship. He lost the first step to it. First step to a championship.
To go to the championship.
It's not as if he and Jeff Gordon were going lap by lap to win the championship like his brother did in 2004 or 2005 or in 2004. Or like Tony Stewart and Carl Edwards did last year. Last year.
Yeah.
And Carl Edwards stood and talked to the media.
Talked to the media for months, for weeks afterwards.
Had to answer all those harsh questions.
Well, you see all the apologists on Twitter and Facebook last night, too, saying, hey, how would you feel if you had this mic stuck in your face? But you bring up a good point, Kenny, because did Tom Brady turn down the mic, so the interview request? Has LeBron James turned it down? No. These guys all do it on high emotion, and they do it because that's part of the job. And like you were saying with Kyle Busch, this is his job. We understand. You get emotional. But part of the job is the good and the bad. And you've got to do these interviews. No matter what you feel, you got to do it.
Yeah, he did, to whatever credit you want to give him. He did come back out, answered some terse 1 or 2 word answers to a couple of questions, and then turned around and stalked back off into the hauler. I would assume that either NASCAR or Gibbs or somebody got rattled his cage and said, get out there and talk to those people, answer the questions, and then come back in here. But I just, at some point...
well, this is a whole different rabbit hole, Stat, and I don't want to go there because we've got another segment that we're going to continue to talk about NASCAR Sprint Cup in general. But look, man, you've got M&M's, you've got Mars as your big-time sponsor. There comes a point where you just got to suck it up. And Toyota.
Yeah.
They don't like seeing that crap, especially when M&M's, it's geared to young people. And if your driver's constantly becoming an a-hole, that's just Joe Gibbs is dying. You heard what Hamlin said. Listen to this soundbite from Hamlin where he's talking about Joe Gibbs.
Really sucks to not have Kyle in the chase. It's important for JGR to have cars in the chase. That's Joe and JD's livelihood.
You hear that? That's Gibbs' livelihood, his sponsorship. That's our livelihood. We can't sit here and come down on different things to where we offend our sponsor, Statman.
Yeah, but he had 26 opportunities.
Right.
You can't just go to the last 5 laps of the last race and say that I missed out on it and I'm mad. He had 26 weeks. 30 weeks to 2/3 of the year to make this happen, and it didn't happen. So, like you said, Crash, suck it up. deal with it. Be a man. Face the issue and say, I'm sorry, congratulations to Jeff Gordon. I'll try harder next time. And, I've had ultimate disappointments. But you have to, when you're in the real world, it's life. You have to decide whether or not you're going to be an adult or you're going to be an athlete.
The Texas Rangers are 1 out away from winning their first World Series
twice.
Oh, that's right.
Twice. And I think it was Ogando last year who was on the mound when St. Louis won. But he answered every question. Josh Hamilton answered every question that was thrown at him. Answered every question about his personal problems. Yep.
The manager has answered every question about his personal problems. That's what adults do. That's part of facing the personal problems, is to face it and deal with it. And if people are going to just allow Kurt or Kyle or whoever to just stalk off and do whatever they want to whomever they want for whatever reason they want, they deserve to get whatever the response. And if they turn around and say, well, he's not a nice guy, well, you've enabled him to be a non-nice guy for most of his life.
Yeah. Alive. Move it. Alive. It's alive. Where's the beef?
Freaks.
We've been talking about it. NASCAR race to Richmond. The chase spots are filled. Jeff Gordon in. Kyle Busch, not. Those are the big deals from the Sprint Cup race Saturday night. Oh, and by the way, Clint Boyer took the race win. But NASCAR was making news all over the place last week when Matt Kenseth and Joey Logano finally made their 2013 announcements. Kenseth, finally made the Gibbs announcement, and Logano is your driver in the number 22 Shell Pennzoil car with Penske. Martin Truex re-upped with Waltrip Racing, and how about a family member being fired from Junior Motorsports? Goodbye for now, Uncle Tony Uri Sr. Formula One raced Monza today. Lewis Hamilton, the dominating winner. That was a really good race, too, by the way. NHRA finally got the big go in. Yeah, rain, Mother Nature has been crap to them. This is their Super Bowl, folks, in Indianapolis. Mother Nature, like I said, did mess with them last weekend. All she prevented this weekend, though, was the Traxxas shootout. Good news for those of you in Dallas. That shootout has been rescheduled for the Texas Motorplex at the end of this month. Your U.S. Nationals winners? Tony Schumacher, Mike Neff, Dave Connolly, and Andrew Hines. And how about that Pro Stock final? Erica Enders, who's been on a tear this year, up against her own crew chief, Dave Connolly, who's only driving part-time this year. Connolly wins, and big props, Alex Zanardi.
Freak Nation coming up next. More conversation. Richard Childress, Travis Pastrana, Matt Kenseth, Danica Patrick, and Smoke. And I got to throw this out there. If there was ever a picture for a human douche whistle, yeah, it's Hank Williams Jr., and he's done it again.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
This freaking segment is brought to you by Lucas Oil. You want to extend the life of your car, truck, SUV, motorcycle, or boat? Then do what the Speed Freaks do and use Lucas Oil products. Log on to lucasoil.com for more information. Lucas Oil, the official lube of the Freak Nation.
Attention, all you light truck and SUV owners who like to exceed the limits. General Tire has created a tough, extreme terrain General Grabber tire for you. The Grabber brings race-winning technology to thrill seekers planning their next extreme adventure. Whatever your journey, the Grabber will take you where you need to go. Engineered with a balance of off-road capabilities and on-road manners, it's the most durable tire General has ever produced. Where will your Grabbers take you next? Let us know on Facebook or Twitter, because with General Tires, anywhere is possible. General Tire, the official tire of Speed Freaks.
Gas prices are high and constrain your budget. The relief? Lucas Oil. For more power, mileage, plus lower emissions, Lucas Oil fuel treatment contains no solvents and is made for both gasoline and diesel engines, carbureted or fuel injected. It cleans, lubricates, and causes the fuel to burn more thoroughly for more power and less fuel consumption. So start saving now. Get Lucas Oil fuel treatment at your favorite auto parts dealer today.
Not all of you can be sporting the fine petite body of the one Crash Gladys. In fact, some of you guys got heads the size of big heads. That's why you should be wearing Fat Heads sunglasses. That's Fat Heads with a Z. Don't f*** around with those other high-priced, underperforming models. Get yourself some Fat Heads and look a little classy. Go to the website, fatheads.com, and drop in the code SpeedFreaks, and they're going to knock off 25% of your purchase. So get yourself some Fat Heads at fatheads.com or at Walmart. Fat Heads, the official eyewear of the freaks.
Get ready to upgrade your car and your phone with Sony's new line of in-dash receivers featuring mirror-link technology. Control smartphone features and apps directly from the high-res 7-inch touchscreen display. Elevate your mobile experience with Pandora app control, Sirius XM compatibility, and additional features like Bluetooth, dual USB inputs, and CD-DVD playback. With all this integration, you won't just control your phone, you'll control the ride. Share your style with Sony's newest car audio products. Learn more at sony.com/car. Sony, the official car audio and video of Speed Freaks.
Yo, bro, what's happening?
The Freaks want you to be as hip as your kids on the internet, computers, and that new MP3 player. Just go to iTunes.com or SpeedFreaks.tv, and you'll find links to subscribe to the Freaks' new podcast.
Way to go.
It's easy. There's buttons and everything. You want your kids laughing at you? Well, just believe it's easy. iTunes.com or SpeedFreaks.tv. Send stuff to a friend. Don't they always send you stuff?
Hey, man.
Subscribe to the Freaks podcast, audio and video, at iTunes or SpeedFreaks.tv.
Later, dude.
Lori, Race Talk Radio keeps growing like crazy.
You're working me too hard, Michelson.
Our Doin' Donut show is better than ever. Quick change on Monday nights, and Steve Wade, too.
Mike is back with the Thunder Crew on Tuesdays.
The official radio shows for ASA Racing, the National Speed Directory, and Alexis DeJoria.
Don't forget Sling and Mud for the best coverage of dirt track racing.
Or me. Don't forget me. Don't forget the dog.
Oh, we couldn't forget you, Carbon. Or the Speed Freaks every Sunday night. RaceTalkRadio.com.
Geico says, let's make life simpler.
It's a fact of modern life. Switching isn't easy. Your bank, your cable company, your girlfriend. Let's just say each switch comes with a certain degree of difficulty. But switching to Geico, now that couldn't be easier. First of all, it only takes 15 minutes. And just like that, you could be saving hundreds on car insurance. No muss, no fuss, no irate, vengeful, significant others.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
The MAV TV 500 IndyCar World Championships are coming to Auto Club Speedway. Don't miss the heart-pounding action as IndyCar's best drivers battle under the lights at speeds at over 200 miles per hour. Great seats start at just $30, and kids 12 and under get in free. Plus, take advantage of special savings for Auto Club members. This is the epic finale of the season. Get your IndyCar World Championship tickets now at AutoClubSpeedway.com or call 800-944-RACE.
You're listening to Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio Redefined.
This Freakin' segment is brought to you by General Tire, the company behind the tough, extreme terrain General Grabber Tire for all you light truck and SUV owners who like to exceed the limits. Because with General Tires, anywhere is possible. General Tire, the official tire of Speed Freaks.
You're back with the Freaks, Statman, Crash Gladys, Kenny Sargent, Speed Freaks on a Sunday night. Of course, the website, speedfreaks.tv. You miss any of the show, go to the website and download it to your iPod. All of this on the Freak Radio Network, including Sirius and XM, racetalkradio.com. Coming up in the show, Tony Schumacher. He won his 9th U.S. Nationals, NHRA Top Fuel winner from Indianapolis will be in here. Paul Tracy.
Record-breaking 9th.
Paul Tracy, open wheel champion and sports car pilot. He's going to be in here. And Dario Franchitti getting set for the MAV TV 500 Auto Club Speedway, Southern California, coming up this weekend. What?
I'm just saying we are, getting some tweets. That Kyle Busch topic has people fired up.
Well, maybe this will fire up some people, Crasher. We'll get to some of those tweets. So going into the break, I talked about if there was a picture of a human douche whistle, that Hank Williams Jr. would be that whistle tenfold. And I hate to hear this, that he did it in my hometown region. Remember, Fort Worth is part of Dallas-Fort Worth, and growing up in Dallas, we always said Fort Worth was 10 years behind Dallas, even though it was a 45-minute drive. So as we know, Hank Williams Jr. prides himself on being opinionated, politically incorrect. It's a family tradition that he claims. But even his old man, Hank Sr. Statman, I bet he might have been gagging on a bottle of bourbon when he heard his young boy say this. Again, this is Bo Cephas. This is Hank Williams Jr. in the Stockyards, the Stockyard Music Festival, Fort Worth, Texas. And he drops this out there. We got a Muslim for a president who hates cowboys, hates cowgirls, hates fishing, hates farming, loves gays, and we hate him. Williams said as the crowd let out a loud but less than unanimous cheer. It's good to hear that the DFW crowd didn't fully embrace this ankle-grabbing, butt-snorkeling, penile.
Really?
Can you believe that? Hank Williams Jr.
Yeah, he's got a new album coming out.
Yeah,
So, that's as easy to do to get people to talk about Hank Williams Jr. and oh, by the way, buy his album and T-shirt.
You little scumbag!
Yeah, take that, Hank Williams Jr. What a penis. All right, back on to brighter and bigger things. Crash status. Let's get to a couple of tweets in regards to our conversation about Kyle Busch and what he pulled last night in Richmond. What are you finding out about the Freak Nation? How are they feeling on our Twitter? Of course, Twitter is @SpeedFreaks.
Jester and Cody are both saying, remember a few weeks ago, JJ ran off not answering questions, JJ being Jimmy Johnson. He didn't get hammered for it. Actually, yeah, we did hammer him for that.
Yeah, we did.
We did.
Mm-hmm.
Here's somebody, T. Tomcat says, not a big deal in my opinion. If you had just suffered a major disappointment, wouldn't you want media out of your face right after?
Man, the series is built on
sports
is built on media, regardless of how you feel.
If he won, he'd seek out every camera.
Gimme.
And you give me, look at me, aren't I wonderful? I'm the perfect person. Pay attention to me. They do that. I mean, if you could see all the email that we get 500 or 600 pieces of email a week.
What? A day?
A day.
Wait a minute.
People that want us to come and see, various drivers while they, do this, while they do that, appearance here, open this supermarket, pat this kid on the head, whatever they're going to do. And they want media there. But when the media wants to be a part of their lives.
Their disappointments.
Yeah, their disappointment. Just be a part of their life, about the reality of their life. Get out of my face. I don't want to see you. But if the media...
Stat, that's a very good point. Yeah. Come see me at my best, but don't even dare get close to me at my worst.
Couple of points from Rob Blunt. He says, totally cool with Kyle's interview. People say they want emotion from drivers, then blast him when he shows it. Not fair to him. We're not blasting him for not showing emotion.
No, we want emotion.
We want emotion. And look, I love the fact that Kyle Busch is doing this. It's giving us 2 segments to talk about and getting people fired up on Twitter and Facebook right now. I love that. I absolutely love that we got a guy with a fat-ass black hat that would be up there singing with Bo Cephas right about now. But my point is this. You don't ignore the media. You don't do it. You don't ignore the fans. Another comment here.
But wait a minute, Kenny. That's part of the deal, is that you can't have... since they have 75 million fans, those 75 million people can't all get in his face at one time. So the only way they could be a fan is through the writers like Blount or, shows like this. Mm-hmm. So, when they decide,
So answer the question.
So answer the question, yeah. I mean, it's just part of being an adult. The idea of going away and pouting when you don't get your way, that went away in the second grade. And if they're going to blast Des Bryant for having to be chaperoned 24/7, then somebody ought to chaperone Kyle Busch so that he, gets he could become an adult.
Learn a lesson from Smoke. Smoke will get out and say damn near anything that's on his mind and pay the fine later. That's what's so endearing to Smoke.
Yes.
Love him or hate him, he's going to say it.
Yeah.
He's going to run over Matt Kenseth every chance he gets. If Kyle Busch would just do that with some of the edge taken off, I think he'd get more on the bandwagon.
Yeah, I say even keep the edge, but just answer the questions. Yeah. Because I think it becomes a disrespectful
I'm talking about from a sponsor standpoint. Look, he's not sponsored by some bourbon. He's sponsored by M&M's.
See, that's the problem. Get M&M's off the side of his car, and you're right, put Jack Daniels on the side of his car.
No, I think what you said about Smoke is true. Smoke could get out, throw a helmet at somebody, do whatever he wants to, and then sit there and allow the media to talk to him. Give me the camera. I'll answer whatever questions you want. But just to sit there and walk off and pout, when Danica did that, they blasted her, and they're saying, well, it's just, that's unfair. There's no way that this makes sense and is a righteous thing to do as an adult.
Look, anytime you can get down on some former Washington Redskins coach, I'm all about that. Being a Cowboy fan, a lifer on that, I'm down with getting off on some freaking Washington Redskins. But don't do it to Joe Gibbs. Don't do it to Joe. Don't do it to your owner. Imagine, Statman, imagine, as I point to the Clinton finger at you, imagine
I did not have
Tony Romo or Des Bryant or any one of the Cowboys running away from Jerry Jones wanting to talk to him. Jerry Jones would save face and then get that son of a bitch behind the door and have to have a few linemen to keep his plastic surgered face off his ass from reaming him a new one.
There's no way that this is a righteous thing to do as an adult.
No.
He's old enough to know better, and you could think, do, say whatever you want to. If you want to be profane, leave it up to the media to protect their own interests with the FCC. But just to sit there and walk off in a snit because you didn't get your way, there's no way that makes sense.
Moving on to a couple of other things. About 2 or 3 months ago, Crasher, SpeedFreaks were on this, and we caught a lot of grief on our Twitter account when we said that Matt Kenseth is going to Joe Gibbs. I was so confident with our insider news to throw it out there, and we threw it out there and caught a lot of grief. We're not some big damn news breaker here in the Freak Nation. We like to have a lot of fun and throw some things out there and get things stirred up. But we said 2 or 3 months ago, whenever the news went down, with our insider, that Matt Kenseth is going to Joe Gibbs. And again, there were a few people that called us out on it. So that's a done deal. Joey Logano, as we know, he's going to Penske. But something else that's out there, Statman, is Travis Pastrana. Nothing was ever made of him leaving Michael Waltrip. All of a sudden, the guy shows up in a Ford with Jack Roush. Not quite sure what happened there. You might have
the whole scenario was just weird.
It was
how his name was taken off the logo, and that was about a year ago. It was Pastrana Waltrip Racing for only a few months. Then all of a sudden that logo was gone. It was just Waltrip Racing again, and then suddenly Pastrana's not even with the team anymore.
Well, I think
it's all very strange.
Waltrip Racing was just the part that Pastrana was involved. I don't think it ever changed Michael Waltrip Racing. I don't think. I could be wrong in this.
No, you're right. It was a different team, but it's just suddenly gone.
Yeah,
and they spent so much money making merchandise with that logo, and gone now.
Yeah, well, that happens when you see your moneymaker with a broken leg at X Games.
So
yeah, I have
on the same weekend, he's supposed to be racing somewhere else.
Yeah, I have a strange feeling Travis was pushed into this NASCAR thing, and I don't think his heart has ever been fully into it, and I think we're kind of seeing the result of that now.
When you're that generation and you can only hold your attention to something for 15 or 20 minutes, i.e. rallycross, or if you're deep in the woods of the Michigan Greatest Woods Rally, what is it?
The Lake Superior.
No, what's the woods? The 100-year woods.
100-acre woods.
100-acre woods.
100-acre woods rally. Okay, in Missouri. That you've got so many different things coming at you than what you have in NASCAR, going left. Look, man, you're bored. You're freaking bored. Was he thrown into it? We don't know. Statman's going to send out some of his cronies to get to the bottom of that.
Well, the timing of the move to NASCAR, curiously, matched the timing of the run-up to the release of Nitro Circus.
Mm-hmm.
Funny how that works. Huh. And then, when Nitro Circus is out and we get the big push and everything's done, now suddenly he's back somewhere else, thinking about something else. Yeah, I mean, it could be, and I heard this. I don't know anything more. I'm talking rumor now. Put this in this is from the rumor department, from the Statman rumor department, that his involvement with Toyota was challenged because he wanted to do other things like the X Games and Rallycross and all the other things that he does, and Toyota wasn't interested in supporting him in that. So suddenly he ends up with a Dodge in Rallycross and a Dodge Dart, and he's the picture of the Dodge Dart, and the promotions that they use, he's there on the same level as the promoter of the car with Tom Brady and the commercials that they have. And then now he ends up with a you said I didn't know that he was driving a Ford, a Roush Ford.
Roush, that came out this week? Or was that last week? Yeah.
Wow, I was involved in a bunch of other things besides NASCAR.
We've got Tony Schumacher coming up here in just a few minutes, and there's 100 things I want to talk about. We'll try and get to more of this conversation. I want to talk about Danica Patrick, and not how she's not running. I want to talk about her sponsor, GoDaddy. Remember, Army's gone from Smoke, Office Depot's gone with Smoke, Ryan Newman re-signed with Smoke with no known sponsor for his car, and Tony Stewart has not had a full-time big-time sponsor for a few years. Mobile One is not a full-time big sponsor. Office Depot was not. They sectioned off the races with their sponsorship. The only full-time sponsor that he has within Stewart-Haas Racing is GoDaddy, and that's on Danica's car, and it's also on Danica's car in the Nationwide Series with Dale Earnhardt Jr.
When he signed her last year, you think he saw this coming?
They all did. They're not. Yeah. We all saw this coming.
Yeah.
We all saw this coming, and we'll address it. Hopefully, we'll be able to address it in our sports car conversation coming up top of the hour with Paul Tracy, where the ALMS and the Grand Am Series have now joined together. Look, man, there ain't enough money out there to get this thing up and running for a number of teams. And I'm talking about just NASCAR, Statman, and Sprint Cup, and now sports car. Trying to find the crumbs.
Yeah. No, it all started a year ago with Peugeot, when Peugeot pulls out for their own personal reasons in France. But that was the beginning of the dominoes fall.
So we'll get into that top of the hour, 8 o'clock Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. But next, a 9-timer. And this guy, he does have Army on the side.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined. This freaking segment is brought to you by Fatheads, the only eyewear for men with all sizes of heads. Pick a pair up now at Walmart Vision Centers or on their website at fatheads.com and include the coupon SpeedFreaks for 25% off. That's Fatheads with a Z. Fatheads, the official eyewear of Speed Freaks.
Hey there, it's Crash Gladys, and I bet you're not ready to make that costly visit to the mechanic, huh? Well, we've got the alternative you've been waiting for. Lucas Engine Oil Stop Leak is specifically designed to stop seal leaks in diesel and gasoline engines. On top of that, it will dramatically reduce engine noise, stop smoking, and prolong engine life. So if you've got an older vehicle that needs some TLC, stop by your local retail store and pick up a bottle of Lucas Engine Oil Stop Leak. Lucas Oil, made in America, sold to the world.
Get ready to upgrade your car and your phone with Sony's new line of in-dash receivers featuring mirror-link technology. Control smartphone features and apps directly from the high-res 7-inch touchscreen display. Elevate your mobile experience with Pandora app control, Sirius XM compatibility, and additional features like Bluetooth, dual USB inputs, and CD-DVD playback. With all this integration, you won't just control your phone, you'll control the ride. Share your style with Sony's newest car audio products. Learn more at sony.com/car. Sony, the official car audio and video of Speed Freaks.
So you want to lose weight, huh? Tell me about it. Hey, it's Crash Gladys. I live on the road and find it hard to eat clean and stay fit. But I've created an accountability group to help me do just that. And I need you to join me. Go now. Sign up for free. Racetobefit.com. Join my team. Let's help each other to eat right, work out, and have fun. I need you to hold me to my goals, and I bet you need me to do the same. I'm a P90X certified trainer, but I can still find excuses to not work out. Let's do this together. Racetobefit.com. P90X, Insanity, TurboFire, Shakeology, and more. Racetobefit.com.
If you haven't tuned in to MAV TV lately, you don't know what you're missing. With a fresh lineup of original programming featuring movies, action, lifestyle, comedy, and more, MAV TV is geared up to deliver excitement the whole family can enjoy. Whether you're a motorhead, travel enthusiast, movie buff, or anything in between, MAV TV is your new home for great programming. Stop by the MAV TV booth at an event near you to request MAV from your provider, or visit MAVTV.com. MAV TV, American Real.
Yo, bro, what's happening?
The Freaks want you to be as hip as your kids on the internet, computers, and that new MP3 player. Just go to iTunes.com or SpeedFreaks.tv, and you'll find links to subscribe to the Freaks' new podcast.
Way to go.
It's easy. There's buttons and everything. You want your kids laughing at you? Well, just believe it's easy. iTunes.com or SpeedFreaks.tv. Send stuff to a friend. Don't they always send you stuff?
Hey, man.
Subscribe to the Freaks podcast, audio and video, at iTunes or SpeedFreaks.tv.
Later, dude.
Where is your next big adventure taking you? Let General Tire's Grabber line take you there. From the rugged mountains to the demands of the desert and every road in between, the Grabber UHP, HTS, and AT2 will get you there. A blend of durability, comfort, and performance. The Grabber line provides superior traction and confidence no matter the road surface. Be prepared for whatever conditions you face with the versatility and longevity of the Grabber line of light truck tires. Tell us how you're exceeding the limits on Facebook and Twitter, because with General Tires, anywhere is possible. General Tire, the official tire of Speed Freaks.
My name is Jennifer. I'm 44, and I lost weight with the Amberin program.
My name is Kim. I'm 47, and I lost weight with the Amberin program.
I'm Jane. I'm 52, and I lost a ton of weight with the Amberin program. Even my belly fat is gone, and it was so easy.
Thousands of women over 40 who used to struggle with weight gain are having incredible success with the Amberin program. That's because Amberin focuses on hormonal balance. The leading cause of weight gain in women over 40, especially during menopause, is hormonal imbalance. Until you balance your hormones, losing weight can be practically impossible. But the Amberin program balances your hormones naturally, making losing weight surprisingly easy. Plus, Amberin eliminates other symptoms of unbalanced hormones, like hot flashes, irritability, and sleeplessness. Call in the next 15 minutes to receive a complimentary risk-free trial with a 30-day supply free. Call 1-800-525-2563. That's 1-800-525-2563. 1-800-525-2563.
You're listening to Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio Redefined.
This freaking segment is brought to you by Sony. Upgrade your car and your phone with Sony's new line of in-dash receivers. With integrations like Pandora App Control, you won't just control your phone, you'll control the ride. Share your style with Sony's newest car audio products. Sony.com/car.
Coming up at the top of the hour, Paul Tracy, Champ Car champion. And depending on what side you're on, Indy 500 winner or not.
2002, yes.
And sports car pilot raced up at Mazda Raceway at Laguna Seca this afternoon. He'll be joining us top of the hour, and we'll have more conversation about sports cars, the enjoyment of the LMS and the Grand Am Series, and money in motorsports. It's all going to come out of that conversation. But first, our next guest.
You know what? Seriously, though. If
What?
Elio ever wins, Elio Castroneves, if he ever wins a fourth Indy 500,
Right.
it will always be an asterisk. You're not really quite Rick Mears and Al Sr. and A.J. Foyt, because we still don't know if he really won in 2002.
Crasher, none of those guys. Zero. Not one open-wheel driver has anything on our next guess about winning the big go.
Numbers?
Numbers. Not one Indy car, not one funny car pilot.
No, you're right.
Meaning John Force has done what this guy's done. 9-time NHRA U.S. Nationals winner. That's 9 times over, baby.
That's incredible.
But more importantly, was what happened this afternoon. That was number 9. NHRA Top Fuel winner from Indianapolis, Tony Schumacher. Tony, that's 9, brother. That is tying, or is that beating Big Daddy Don Garlitz?
I was tied this morning. We were at 8, and, it was a different era when he raced. I don't even know that I like saying I passed his record, because he's such a great guy and such an icon, and just, he's Big Daddy, man, and it was just different back then. But, yeah, it's just me and Glidden now, I guess, in the 9th spot.
Now, is this something that you came to grips with, that, our team's going to kind of run mid-pack through the first of the year, then all of a sudden, okay, we got to get this S going and get back in the groove for this playoff?
We've just been working. We've had a clutch problem for a long time, and we're kind of inching up on it. We were getting it just before Brainerd, and then we're getting better. But, I'll tell you this, the last 3 runs we made today, the clutch never even went 1-to-1. It never even locked up, and we still won the race. But there's so much more in there. It's just we had a lucky day. I shouldn't say lucky. It was Indy, and Indy seems to come my way quite often. I don't know, man. I'm not even home yet. Literally on the highway, just about to get home. Haven't even got to sit down yet, watch the race, evaluate what we did. Just still kind of in shock and awe the whole day.
Shock and awe, excuse me, Tony Schumacher, shock and awe, you just said there's still more in there. This is quite an appropriate time to be saying that as you kick off the countdown.
It is a great time, but it's not just my car. All three of our cars, the DSR cars, had more. There was room in there. And, all you got to do is look at Langdon. He ran a 74, and if he can do it, I can do it. It's just, we all got great cars, great crew chiefs. So going out there and running 80s, good job, won the race. But, man, there's still some left in that. We get that thing to do what it needs to do. We'll go out and win ourselves a championship.
So can we mark it down that Tony Schumacher says he's going to win the championship this year?
Nope, but you can sure mark it down that I'm going to try.
Well,
I couldn't get you on that one, Tony. You're too smart for that, huh?
I enjoy good karma, man. I'm not gonna jinx it. You know what? Karma, man, is such a good thing. I think I spent the week. I took my grandma, who's moving to Arizona. I took her to her house, her old house that she spent 40 years in. Knocked on the door, asked the guy if my grandma could see her old house. I went away just feeling like a champ, and then I went to Indy and just won the race. I felt good, so I'm not going to go jinx myself. Great cars, good battles. Fans, go buy your tickets because you're going to see some of the best 6 races you've ever seen coming up right now. How's that?
Wow.
That's
all right.
pretty damn good.
That's fair. Did you just say that you took your grandma to the house where she lived and knocked on the door so that you could show the house off to her or somebody else who's living there now? Did I get that all right?
Yeah, first we went to Buffalo Wild Wings and got her some hot wings. So she's 96. So we went and got all what she wanted. She ate 2 of them, brought 25 back to her room. I swear to God, I called her an hour ago. She's like, I just finished the last one. This is last week, and she just loves it. But I said, I drove past her old house when I was stopping on the way to Indy. And she's moving to Prescott because, she's getting a little older, right? 96, and she's going to move in with her daughter. And I said, you're never going to come back and see your old house. Let's go for a drive. So we drove there, and we're sitting outside, and she's like, just, awesome, staring at her old house. And I said, I can't drive away without knocking on it. We got to at least knock on the door. And I knocked on the door, and the guy comes out, and I said, look, we don't need to come in or anything. I just don't want you to think I'm freaky or nothing, sitting outside stalking your house, and my grandma, she's lived here for 40 years, and she goes, bring her in. And it was just the greatest day, just one of those. I like to think that I do nice things for people, but that was nice for me. I felt so good doing it, watching her walk in her house after so long, and it was cool.
All right, so Tony Schumacher, winner of the NHRA Top Fuel U.S. Nationals, 9 times he's won it now. Let's go back to one of those times when you lost and the media came and jumped in your face and said, what happened, Tony? Why'd you lose that race?
I did not like that.
Did you stand there and answer the questions, or did you storm off and say, I'm too disappointed right now, I don't want to deal with you?
I can tell you that the 2 times that I lost in the finals, it was my first race ever in Top Fuel, when we lost Blaine Johnson, and I was qualified 16th. I had licensed the week before with the Peak Brothers in Denver, and we drove to Indy, and we qualified 16th and got beat by Corey Mack in the finals. And then I got beat by Dixon, and I had won quite a few in a row, I think 3 in a row, and Dixon beat me. I got out of the car, and I watched. He was jumping up and down, and I felt like, the 80 Russian Olympic team, watching the Americans. They were so happy that those guys, they had to sit there with a little bit of respect that they were just beaten, and that was it. I don't think that I got out and threw stuff and was angry because, you want to win Indy so bad, but seeing the enjoyment, and I guess when you win a lot of stuff, sometimes, you start to lose some of that. You forget. It's nice to see it somewhere else every now and then, and it gives you the fire. We came back and won it the next couple. So good competition, man, is what makes you better as a driver. Great example is this year. Best drivers in the world right now. I've never seen a class with so many good drivers. And to win these races, you got to be just a monster in the car and a machine.
Freak Nation, his name, Tony Schumacher, Moving on, won himself his 9th U.S. Nationals
Kind
in
of thought
Indy.
his name was Tony Robbins there for a
Yeah,
minute.
Tony Schumacher, and of course he's going for that championship. Schumacher, we expect you back in here in your next race win. All right, my friend.
Absolutely, and I hope it's Charlotte next weekend. Heck, we'll be on the show the next 4 if we can pull it off.
There it is. All right, Schumacher, get some rest, man, and eat some of that Indiana corn. All right.
All right, man. Enjoy, guys.
All right, Tony Schumacher, 9-time U.S. Nationals winner.
Huge. That is so big.
And you heard him, Freak Nation. He did not storm away from his team owner, bitching and moaning. He answered the questions.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Hey, Freak Nation, it's time you clean up your tires and rims, so do it with Lucas Slick Mist Tire and Trim Shine. It's an environmentally friendly treatment spray designed to give tires and trim a long-lasting, like-new shine. Use Slick Mist Tire Shine to remove dull, gray oxidation from bumpers, tires, plastic, rubber, and vinyl trim. It's long-lasting, UV-resistant, and helps prevent sidewall blowout. Log on to lucasoil.com for more info and pick up Lucas Slick Mist Tire and Trim Shine at major auto parts stores today.
Freak Nation, one size does not fit all, especially when it comes to your eyewear. Fatheads gets that and is the only eyewear for men with all sizes of heads. Fatheads has a huge selection of sleek, stylish, and affordable sunglasses and prescription eyewear for your oversized noggin. Pick a pair up now at Walmart Vision Centers or on their website at fatheads.com. That's Fatheads with a Z. And right now, drop Speed Freaks name in the coupon code and get 25% off your purchase. Fatheads, the official eyewear of Speed Freaks.
Folks, you remember why it's so crucial to have access to travel assistance on every trip, right? Well, if you're like me, you have On-Call International. On the line is the company's CEO, Mike Kelly. Mike, why is membership with On-Call International so important?
Rudy, On-Call International is a trusted leader in emergency evacuations. We offer medical evacuation to the hospital of your choice. We cover any trip beyond 50 miles from home, and we offer plans to fit every budget or need.
Save 30% off your membership today with the code MAXA30 at OnCallInternational.com.
Attention, all you light truck and SUV owners who like to exceed the limits. General Tire has created a tough, extreme terrain General Grabber tire for you. The Grabber brings race-winning technology to thrill seekers planning their next extreme adventure. Whatever your journey, the Grabber will take you where you need to go. Engineered with a balance of off-road capabilities and on-road manners, it's the most durable tire General has ever produced. Where will your Grabbers take you next? Let us know on Facebook or Twitter, because with General Tires, anywhere is possible. General Tire, the official tire of Speed Freaks.
So you want to lose weight, huh? Tell me about it. Hey, it's Crash Gladys. I live on the road and find it hard to eat clean and stay fit, but I've created an accountability group to help me do just that. And I need you to join me. Go now. Sign up for free. Racetobefit.com. Join my team. Let's help each other to eat right, work out, and have fun. I need you to hold me to my goals, and I bet you need me to do the same. I'm a P90X certified trainer, but I can still find excuses to not work out. Let's do this together. Racetobefit.com. P90X, Insanity, TurboFire, Shakeology, and more. Racetobefit.com.
The MAV TV 500 IndyCar World Championships are coming to Auto Club Speedway. Don't miss the heart-pounding action as IndyCar's best drivers battle under the lights at speeds at over 200 miles per hour. Great seats starting just $30, and kids 12 and under get in free. Plus, take advantage of special savings for Auto Club members. This is the epic finale of the season. Get your IndyCar World Championship tickets now at AutoClubSpeedway.com or call 800-944-RACE.
Yo, bro, what's happening?
The Freaks want you to be as hip as your kids on the internet, computers, and that new MP3 player. Just go to iTunes.com or SpeedFreaks.tv, and you'll find links to subscribe to the Freaks' new podcast.
Way to go.
It's easy. There's buttons and everything. You want your kids laughing at you? Well, just believe it's easy. iTunes.com or SpeedFreaks.tv. Send stuff to a friend. Don't they always send you stuff?
Hey, man.
Subscribe to the Freaks podcast, audio and video, at iTunes or SpeedFreaks.tv.
Later, dude.
Enter the next generation of TV programming. The all-new MAV TV delivers a fresh lineup of original programming featuring nail-biting action sports, heart-pounding motorsports, exotic travel destinations, side-splitting comedy, and an impressive lineup of modern-day movie hits and Hollywood classics. MAV TV delivers a variety of content that you won't want to miss. So stop by the MAV TV booth at an event near you to request MAV from your provider or visit MAVTV.com. MAV TV, American Real.
You're listening to Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio redefined. Live on the Freak Radio Radio Network, broadcasting from the Lucas Oil Studios. Driven by General Tire. And powered by Sony's new line of in-dash receivers. You won't just control your phone, you'll control the ride. It's Speed Freaks. Motorsports Radio redefined with Kenny Sargent.
We love to party.
Crash Gladys.
What are we doing for the bachelorette party?
And Statman.
I am serious.
Here's the Freaks.
Statman, Crash Gladys, Kenny Sargent, Speed Freaks on a Sunday night. The website, speedfreaks.tv, Twitter, Facebook. We're all about that right about now. Crasher, you got something real quick?
Well, yeah, Derek Thorne.
Mm-hmm.
Southwest Tour driver, K&N West Series driver. He won at Las Vegas Motor Speedway last night. Says, hey, freaks, have a kick-ass show tonight. Fill up the airwaves with philosophical epicness.
And we just got a text from the Speed Freaks flat black Russian pilot, Dan Rogers, saying, hey, hey, hey to the Freak Nation. He hits the highways and byways from Oklahoma City on Tuesday to head down to San Diego for the Lucas Oil Drag Boat Racing Series for his second race in the Speed Freaks flat black Russian.
Go to the Speed Freaks Facebook page, facebook.com/SpeedFreaks. Check out the pictures that Kenny took last weekend. It is bitchin'.
Yeah, it's badass. Statman Scat coming up at 8:20 Pacific, 11:20 Eastern. Is Statman all about this conjoined sports car?
What?
Affiliation, conglomeration, magnification?
Merger, takeover.
Merger, as someone would like to say in this room?
All right, a takeover, whatever you want to call it. It's a merger, though.
It's a freaking takeover, man.
With a takeover.
It's a takeover, Crasher. You can't spin this, man. You can't spin it. Speaking of sports cars, we caught up with Champ Car Champion. What the hell was it? Was he Kart Champion or Champ Car Champion?
He was
Kart, I believe. Yeah,
in 2002 or 3, somewhere back in there.
Kart Champion and controversial non-Indy 500 winner in 2002 with Helio Castroneves. But now this guy, Paul Tracy, this guy, he's putting all his beans into sports car racing. And he ran this afternoon at Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca. And really, Paul Tracy, was it all about auditioning for the team?
Well, I've been driving this year for Dorn Racing. I did 5 races with them, started out at Daytona, and then had a couple of good events in Indianapolis, ended up with a 5th place finish for them. And then I got a call from Action Express about driving for them filled in at Montreal, and we right out of the box had a pretty good event and finished 3rd. And then got the call again to do Laguna this weekend, and this weekend was really one to forget. We just struggled the whole weekend with the car and the balance of the car, and we could never really get a handle on it, the whole team. The whole weekend from start to finish didn't go very well, so a little bit frustrated.
Paul, when you were behind the wheel today, you were driving the wheels off of that car. It doesn't matter. What you showed was your talent back behind that wheel.
Yeah, I mean, we just really struggled with the grip in the car, and every time, when the tires, when you continue to run them, when we started the race, obviously I spun at the beginning, which was a mistake on my part. I got up on the curb on the inside. I was pinched a little bit, and it just slid off the curb and went around. But the pace of the car was good right in the first stint. And then once it went yellow and the tires cooled off and we went again, the car was it lost the handle on it. And that was kind of the problem we had all weekend. We could, do a decent competitive time. But as soon as you came into the pits and did a change on the car and let the tires cool off and went back out, the car would completely change balance. So that's kind of what we struggled with today. It's just the car just progressively got worse and worse all the time.
Paul Tracy joins us here in the Speed Freaks pits, open wheel, sports car pilot. Does sports car racing really satisfy that P.T. Jones? I mean, do you totally get off on it, or is it just kind of a hobby, a pastime for you?
No, I enjoy it. Obviously, it's, you can't race, open wheel, Formula One or Indy cars forever. Obviously, you've got I've had a long career, 23 years of open wheel racing. That's just as long as anybody that I know of. So, I had a great career and won a lot of races and championship, and I've always, wanted to go sports car racing. Just, the mentality is a lot different. You can't be so focused on yourself, because you've got to share the car. I mean, from the driver fitment to the seat to the pedals to where the steering wheel is, what you like in the car. You can't have it all your way because you've got to share that space with one other driver or two other drivers or three other drivers. So there's a lot of give and take.
Are you done with IndyCar, Paul? Still a chance for possibly a one-off with the Indy 500?
Oh, I mean, I would consider it if it was a proper deal and it was well-funded deal. But I haven't really searched for one. And obviously, my future goals is to try to run at Le Mans if I could do that. That's one that's on the bucket list.
I think right now with this merger between Grand Am and American Le Mans Series, and yes, it pretty much is a takeover. Grand Am is assuming the sanctioning role. There's still a lot that has to be settled, so there's still so many questions we can't really ask because nobody has the answers yet. But Patrick Dempsey today during the race was pretty telling in that he flat out just said, you know what, these two sides have to put their egos to the side because there's so many things that are important and so many big decisions that need to be made with such a huge opportunity moving forward. If they don't put their egos aside, there could be a lot of mistakes made. And then he was pretty insistent on saying we've got to have these cars be technologically advanced. And he specifically said, I don't want these cars dumbed down just for the sake of entertainment. What are your thoughts on that, Paul Tracy?
I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, you have to really look at it from a financial aspect of it too. Yeah, it's great to have these prototypes, and you can't sustain running these prototypes without factory support, and or be extremely rich to do it, like Dyson or Greg Pickett is. Having a two-car field is not ideal, I think, in my eyes. So I don't know what the exact plan is for Grand Am with their rules package, how they're going to structure all the classes and put them all into one. But having talked to other drivers and my teammates and things like that, there's a lot of guys out there right now. There's going to be fallout. There's going to be teams that go away. You're not going to get all of the teams from both series running at the same time, like Champ Car and IndyCar. There's going to be teams that go away and disappear.
But going back a little bit to specs with the cars, you mentioned how you want to race Le Mans. I guess I completely understand the financial deal with these two series coming together, and whether that's, some people consider it dumbing down the cars for these more basic prototypes or not. How are we still going to be able to have these cars, the prototypes in America, racing under the Le Mans specs?
Yeah, I don't know the answers to those questions, and I'm very new to it. Obviously, the Grand Am prototypes are, that's kind of the brain trust of the Frances, Jim France, and they've got a lot of money and time invested into this formula. I don't see that going away, but I don't know what the plan is for the LMP2, LMP1. I just don't. Nobody really knows what the plan is for that.
Open wheel champion, sports car pilot Paul Tracy joins us here in the Speed Freaks pits. And Paul, is from my perspective, it's not a money grab, but it's just a cause of the economics of where we are now. It's not the economy, it's just where we are in motorsports at this point. These two series had to come together. They had to come together, or sports car racing, it's off the map right now. It wasn't even going to be able to look at the map if these guys didn't eventually come together. It's about the freaking economics of these two series coming together, trying to find some common ground to get the coin that's left out there from NASCAR.
Well, obviously the big gorilla is NASCAR. They have financially very deep pockets, and they own a lot of tracks. And this is also a buy of a couple of key venues for them. One of them being Road Atlanta and Sebring as well. So they're in the business of putting on races, the ISC. So not only merging the sports car racing together and trying to clean up the whole house. They're also looking at the big picture of maybe NASCAR is going to do more road racing, and where do you go do that? And Sebring and Road Atlanta are big markets for NASCAR. They're on the East Coast. They're in the basically the Bible Belt of NASCAR racing in the Southeast.
Hey, PT, thanks for taking time out. We know you're headed for a flight, man. Looking forward to getting you back in the Freak Nation with a full-time ride next year, dude.
All right, thanks, guys.
Statman, there were a couple of things that came out of that Paul Tracy interview that you went, whoa, that's so true. One was...
Oh, they're taking over the tracks at
Atlanta,
at Road Atlanta,
Sebring,
and Sebring. And Road Atlanta is a beautiful place. We've never been there. It's an absolutely beautiful venue. And Sebring, I was just chuckling to imagine a Cup car at Sebring trying to navigate through turn 17 with no banking and the bumpy and the big bump in the middle of it and trying to get through all of that. I'd almost pay to go see that.
But some big body cars run up there.
Well, not big bodied. I mean, big bodied is relative. I mean,
balance is the difference. Like, and that's something Paul Tracy has always talked about before. Is you've got a lot of technology in prototypes. Is that's what you're meaning by big bodied? But you've also got big ass tires to support them. Whereas a big, heavier stock car has teeny tiny tires.
Has Trans Am ever run up there?
But Trans Am is very different. Trans Am does run there, but those cars are very different than a stock car. A stock car, the tires
stock car actually doesn't make sense.
Yeah, the tires on my Mustang are almost the same size as the stock car tire. So it's a peculiar car. It's way overpowered, way under-tired, under-braked, not enough suspension sophistication. They talk about putting a rubber in there or
even when it's set up for Sonoma or Watkins Glen?
Yes.
Yeah, it's all...
You think?
Yeah, they're still using truck arms in the thing, for crying out loud.
Damn those bastards using truck arms.
Well, actually, it's funny that we're talking about this because Road and Track did a deal with IndyCar driver Alex Lloyd being the host. It's a 12-minute deal on YouTube. Probably the best explanation of what an Indy car is versus a stock car. And it's not saying one is better than the other. It's making an actual comparison, horsepower to horsepower, technology to technology. It's a very good piece. You know, Alex is a little green being a TV guy, but it's a very good piece as far as the knowledge. And Paul Tracy is one of the drivers that's interviewed. And Paul Tracy also talks about not just Indy cars versus stock cars, but he also makes a sports car comparison. And yeah, that's everybody should go watch that. I think it's a pretty good.
Yeah,
piece.
it's a huge thing when you look at a stock car makes no sense.
It really doesn't. It's kind of interesting.
They're talking about 900 horsepower going 200 miles an hour on tires that are smaller than a lot of the tires that are on cars that drive in the street.
One thing I learned in this Road and Track thing, too, is they said, I think it was one of Stewart's chiefs, Tony Stewart's chiefs, saying that their pistons run at a higher RPM than a Formula One car.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that, but there's Formula One cars turn at like 18,000 RPM.
That's what they were saying they're doing.
I don't know. They don't turn that high. The revolutions are only going about less than 10,000 RPM, like 9,200 RPM.
Something else we talked about in the interview is why these two series came together. There's several reasons, but if you cut right down to it, Statman, it's money.
Without question.
It is money. It's not like these guys came in the room, put their arms around each other, and started popping beers. These guys, I made a comment with Paul Tracy where I said, sports car racing is off the map. And I mean that we're talking people listening to us right now on sports stations across the country couldn't give us one sports car driving name. Maybe from back in the day, Mario Andretti.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no, you're
right.
right.
But it's off the map.
I may know Corvettes race, but that's about
true.
it.
That's true. But it's all about money. You look at like the stands today at Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca were just incredibly bare. I mean, just incredibly bare.
Wait a minute. Now, the one thing that's true, you're going to get far more people to go sit in the stands at a stock car race because that's what stock car fans do. They want to go sit in the stands, buy a beer, eat a hot dog, and watch a car race. Sports car fans are used to going into the infield and going from corner to corner. They understand. I mean,
the corkscrew didn't have people there, man. I saw the corkscrew, Stan.
Yeah, but
where were they? Turn one?
Yeah, there was a lot of people there, but they weren't. At least I saw them yesterday. I wasn't there today, but there were people there, and the crowd was actually pretty substantial compared to what it's been in the past. I know it was because all the sports car buzz this week, but there was.
I'm sure that added some ticket sales.
Yeah, there was a lot of people there that wouldn't have been there normally. But yeah, I mean, we've got an email. Was it the classic one that we got here? Said, I don't like sports car, I don't like road racing because you can't see all the turns. So, and then to some people, that's a real thing. If they're used to sitting there, there's 4 turns, and that's what they can. 5 turns, and they run out. They got to change the other hand. That they can't handle more than 3 or 4 turns.
My point is about sponsorship, Statman. It's about manufacturers.
Well, sponsors and manufacturers go wherever the crowd is.
Right. That's my point. Not because. Again, I like going to Mazda Raceway, Laguna Seca, over going to Auto Club Speedway because I can go to those turns and sit under trees and drink beers and chase,
tail
cars. Yeah, no, I enjoy that. My point is sponsors go where the eyeballs are.
Yep.
And sports car racing on speed can barely get a bleep.
Well, that was the other thing that when I was there this weekend, what they were saying is that the Grand Am, even though it might have been NASCAR inspired, but the Grand Am TV package, where most of the races, if not all the races, are on live television, where ALMS is streamed live, and then it's a 2-hour package the next day. So it's a better TV package on speed than it is, even if they do have the ABC or ESPN contract and they stream it live on ESPN3 and all the other.
Yeah, we had this conversation.
Yeah.
Granted, I didn't follow ALMS. I know it's part of my job. It's not part of my job. I don't want to follow it. But I didn't even know where ALMS was running. I know they were going to run in Florida. I knew they were going to run out in Sebring. But
yeah, the one thing they face now is that it's going to increase the cost for some of the teams that run the entire series because they have a 24-hour race at Daytona. They've got a 12-hour race at Sebring. Mm-hmm. They've got a 6-hour race at the Glen, and they've got a 10-hour race at Petit Le Mans at Atlanta. So that's a lot of resources that are going to be necessary to run these endurance races. Now, that's part of sports car racing, but they didn't exist before. So those famous venues that they have, and I was talking with some people, the manager at Spirit of Daytona, the team that won this weekend. We were sitting there talking with a buddy of mine under a shade of the hauler, and the thing we're saying, they're going to have to throw out some races, and where are they going to throw them out? They're going to run. They have to run Road America because that's in the Midwest. Mid Ohio might hold on because the juxtaposition of Cleveland, Chicago, Indianapolis, Columbus, Cincinnati, Louisville. There's probably 6 to 10 million people within a 4-hour drive of the racetrack, so they'll probably survive at Mid Ohio. But some of these other tracks that they go to.
Okay, hold on though. But then you got to go to Road Atlanta. You got to have Daytona.
That Road
right. So then there's 4. So there's Road America, Mid Ohio, Road Atlanta, Daytona, Sebring. So there's 5. Glen, there's 6.
The Glen.
Got to have a California one somewhere. So Laguna Seca.
They got Laguna Seca or Mazda Raceway, Laguna Seca.
Yes.
Our friends at Mazda.
Mm-hmm.
We tipped the hat there. Or Sonoma. There's no telling.
It's got to be one or the other.
Got to be one or the other.
And I think the drivers, if they could have their say, they'd say Laguna.
Yeah, probably Laguna. That's where, because Mazda is one of the 5 programs that sponsor both series.
Listen, they all want to end up at the State Fair of Texas, where Formula One ran 30 years ago.
Good evening, my fellow citizens.
For someone who loves sports car racing, there's only one story in the motorsports world right now. That's the merger between Grand Am and the ALMS. The announcement came this week and was extremely well received globally. It was time. Now the success or failure is in the details that must be addressed as quickly as possible. This is check writing season when sponsors are secured for next year and beyond. But if the teams don't know what to ask for and the sponsors don't know what's available, there could be seasons of confusion before the value of the merger is realized. Here's a scare, though. ALMS founder Don Panos told the assembled media last Wednesday that the new series will be looking out for its own interests, that it will be an American series and not necessarily beholden to the wishes of the Le Mans organizers. Sport car racing without some tilt of the windmill to Le Mans will be difficult. Creating a series for fields of cars that only work in the U.S. could be more difficult. This may become the largest hurdle to handle in putting this merger together. Let's hope they get it right. Peace.
This freaking segment is brought to you by Sony. Upgrade your car and your phone with Sony's new line of in-dash receivers. With integrations like Pandora App Control, you won't just control your phone, you'll control the ride. Share your style with Sony's newest car audio products. Sony.com/car.
Hey, Freak Nation, Lucas Oil has the shine for inside your ride with Lucas Slick Mist Interior Detailer. It's an environmentally friendly detail spray exclusively formulated to clean and protect like nothing you've ever used. You could spray Lucas Slick Mist Interior Detailer on surfaces like plastic, vinyl, leather, rubber, and metal for the like-new look. It cleans and protects steering wheels, dashboards, seats, doors, and trim. Log on to lucasoil.com for more information, and be sure to get Lucas Slick Mist Interior Detailer at major auto parts stores today.
Where is your next big adventure taking you? Let General Tire's Grabber line take you there. From the rugged mountains to the demands of the desert and every road in between, the Grabber UHP, HTS, and AT2 will get you there. A blend of durability, comfort, and performance. The Grabber line provides superior traction and confidence no matter the road surface. Be prepared for whatever conditions you face with the versatility and longevity of the Grabber line of light truck tires. Tell us how you're exceeding the limits on Facebook and Twitter, because with General Tires, anywhere is possible. General Tire, the official tire of SpeedFreaks. Get ready to upgrade your car and your phone with Sony's new line of in-dash receivers featuring mirror-link technology. Control smartphone features and apps directly from the high-res 7-inch touchscreen display. Elevate your mobile experience with Pandora App Control, Sirius XM compatibility, and additional features like Bluetooth, dual USB inputs, and CD-DVD playback. With all this integration, you won't just control your phone, you'll control the ride. Share your style with Sony's newest car audio products. Learn more at Sony.com/car. Sony, the official car audio and video of SpeedFreaks.
Geico says, let's make life simpler.
It's a fact of modern life. Switching isn't easy. Your bank, your cable company, your girlfriend. Let's just say each switch comes with a certain degree of difficulty. But switching to Geico, now that couldn't be easier. First of all, it only takes 15 minutes. And just like that, you could be saving hundreds on car insurance. No muss, no fuss, no irate, vengeful, significant others.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
If you haven't tuned in to MAV TV lately, you don't know what you're missing. With a fresh lineup of original programming featuring movies, action, lifestyle, comedy, and more, MAV TV is geared up to deliver excitement the whole family can enjoy. Whether you're a motorhead, travel enthusiast, movie buff, or anything in between, MAV TV is your new home for great programming. Stop by the MAV TV booth at an event near you to request MAV from your provider, or visit MAVTV.com. MAV TV, American Real.
Lori, Race Talk Radio keeps growing like crazy.
You're working me too hard, Michelson.
Our Doin' Donut show is better than ever. Quick change on Monday nights, and Steve Wade, too.
Mike is back with the Thunder Crew on Tuesdays.
The official radio shows for ASA Racing, the National Speed Directory, and Alexis DeJoria.
Don't forget Slingin' Mud for the best coverage of dirt track racing.
Or me. Don't forget me. Don't forget the dog.
Oh, we couldn't forget you, Carbon. Or the Speed Freaks every Sunday night. RaceTalkRadio.com.
My name is Jennifer. I'm 44, and I lost weight with the Amberin program.
My name is Kim. I'm 47, and I lost weight with the Amberin program.
I'm Jane. I'm 52, and I lost a ton of weight with the Amberin program. Even my belly fat is gone, and it was so easy.
Thousands of women over 40 who used to struggle with weight gain are having incredible success with the Amberin program. That's because Amberin focuses on hormonal balance. The leading cause of weight gain in women over 40, especially during menopause, is hormonal imbalance. Until you balance your hormones, losing weight can be practically impossible. But the Amberin program balances your hormones naturally, making losing weight surprisingly easy. Plus, Amberin eliminates other symptoms of unbalanced hormones, like hot flashes, irritability, and sleeplessness. Call in the next 15 minutes to receive a complimentary risk-free trial with a 30-day supply free. Call 1-800-525-2563. That's 1-800-525-2563. 1-800-525-2563.
You're listening to Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio Redefined. This freaking segment is brought to you by Lucas Oil. You want to extend the life of your car, truck, SUV, motorcycle, or boat? Then do what the Speed Freaks do and use Lucas Oil products. Log on to lucasoil.com for more information. Lucas Oil, the official lube of the Freak Nation.
Freak Nation, coming up in about 8.5 minutes, we have tickets to the MAV TV 500. Friday and Saturday tickets. MAV TV 500, Auto Club Speedway, Southern California, Fontana to be specific. 866-937-3257.
Not yet.
8669 Freaks. Keep that number handy. We'll be giving those away shortly. Statman, Crash Gladys, Kenny Sargent, Speed Freaks on a Sunday night. Crasher?
We did. We caught up with Dario Franchitti, your 3-time Indy 500 winner, 3-time IndyCar champion. But he, unfortunately, even though he's got those championships, he's not going for the 2012 championship at California Speedway's IndyCar season finale next weekend. IndyCars have been absent from California Speedway for several years. So, Dario, did you cheer the fact that IndyCars were returning to Fontana, or did you think, hell, we're going to have some crazy speeds there?
I always have kind of mixed feelings going back to Auto Club Speedway, simply because what happened to Greg back in '99, and I can never go there without thinking about him and thinking about what happened. And quite honestly, it makes me sad. It makes me really sad to go back to that place. I mean, we were lucky enough to win in 2005, and all that good stuff. And Tony and I were able to pay that tribute to him, and Dan and Brian in turn 2. But it's a tough one. For me, it's a tough one to go back there. But that being said, I'll go back there and we'll definitely try and win another race at the Auto Club Speedway. That's what I do.
How do you respond to people who say, hey, that's just part of being a race car driver. You've just got to deal with that. That's part of your job.
Oh, absolutely, it's part of the job. And I think, it's not anything about, I don't think we should be racing or any of that stuff. That's not where I'm going at all. Part of, where we race, where they tell us to race, I go and race, and I do absolutely the best job I can, whether I love the place or not. And with Fontana, it's simply it's just a personal thing. I go back there, it makes me sad because I think of my buddy that's no longer here.
You know what, though, Dario, I'm with you on that as a fan. Obviously, I cannot drive. I have the name Crash for a reason. But, I'm with you on that. And it's hard for me to sometimes explain to other fans, they say, come on, it's part of their job. They got to just deal with it. And it's like, yes, I can say, okay, I agree with you on one end. But on the other end, hold on a second. We are human beings and we have emotions. And sometimes we just can't get over them.
Well, that's right. We are human and we have those emotions. And racing is about, a lot of it is about mind management and blocking these things out. And that's what I do. And that's what we all do. Whether we race NASCAR or IndyCar or whatever, or Formula One, that's what we do. And but I can't I can't help the way I feel when I walk in the gates there. It won't slow me down. It definitely will not slow me down. And I will be giving it 110%, and trying to win the race for myself and trying to help out my buddy on the target team, Scott Dixon, to win another championship.
Dario Franchitti joins us here on Speed Freaks, and some people still don't believe that Gilles de Ferran reached speeds of 241 mile an hour at Auto Club Speedway. Will we see anything even remotely close to that for California Speedway?
No, and there's a couple of reasons for that. The biggest one is horsepower. That engine that Gilles had in that car that day, I remember Honda telling me they were all the same, and then Gilles just laughed because he said on the warm-up lap it started swinging the limiter in 6th gear. So it was unbelievably special, and he did a hell of a job to hang on to that thing. But horsepower is the biggest one. That thing was well north of 1,000 horsepower. Number 2, the track in those subsequent years, 11 years, has lost a lot of grip, and that just happens when the asphalt ages. So I think I would imagine in the 215 range will be where we are, and that's I think we'll put on a fantastic race at that speed, better than we would have put on at the 230s, I would say.
Dario, horsepower has been an issue this year with those motors. Do you see anything improving in that regard moving forward for 2013?
They've definitely controlled it, and they've brought the horsepower down for some of the ovals, and they've ratcheted up for the road courses. I would love to see more horsepower on all the tracks. With the V6, they went to that more efficient formula, and they've got the 1,800-mile rule between engine changes and stuff, which has caused some issues. But I'd love to see them crank the boost up and give us some more power, because who doesn't want more? Whether that's Indianapolis next year, I thought the qualifying boost level would be a really good race boost. And on the road and street courses, I'd love to see them just crank it up. We were only Mid-Ohio last week. We were only 3/10 off the ultimate lap record that I set with way north of the 900 horsepower back in 1999, I think.
Dario Franchitti joins us on Speed Freaks. And one more thing about Auto Club Speedway. To be honest, some of the NASCAR races there were freaking snoozers. Will we see a more competitive, more passing, more enjoyable race with IndyCar open wheel versus the fenders of NASCAR?
Yeah, I think we will. Look what we saw at Texas this year. and I think we're talking that kind of grip level, that kind of action. I hope the guys on the target team get my car handling a little bit better than we had at Texas, because I had some big old saves that day. But I think we'll see a cracking race. I really do.
You have saved, you're a 3-time Indy 500 winner. You've saved all of your fire suits, helmets, shoes, not even dry cleaned. It's complete with sweat from the Indy 500 races. Dude, that stinks.
It actually doesn't. It's amazing. I aired them out afterwards, and they're. I mean, not that I go up and sniff them, but getting close to them now, they're perfect. I mean, they're back in. Well, most of them are back in Scotland now. All kind of lined up. I like to keep all my old race stuff and do helmet swaps with other drivers. That's something I've been doing, and doing more and more of it. Drivers that I enjoy racing against, drivers that I appreciate, drivers that I'm friends with. It's been a lot of fun to do that.
Hold on, I'm not going to let you get away with this. You admitted this year that you actually, you peed in your fire suit before lap 100. Do you still have that remnants there, or did the milk overpower it?
No, actually, I think the milk overpowered that one. That one's still airing out a little bit, shall we say. And I haven't got too close to it to check. I mean, how do you check that? You know what I mean? It's not really a win-win proposition. So that one might have to be laundered, but we'll wait and see on that one.
Maybe wait until you retire, because if this is a good luck charm that you just don't dry clean them, then completely wait.
Hey, look, Mario, Dario, this is the true test of this is the true test of.
You just call me Mario.
Yes, listen. Relax there, Dario Andretti.
My dad was going to name me Mario, and then my mom put her foot down.
Yeah, so they put an N in there and called your brother Marino. Listen,
exactly.
Listen, hey, look, this is the true test of a marriage. You get your wife over there to sniff your crotch.
Oh, please.
And if she doesn't run out of your house, then that's the true test of marriage and friendship.
Oh,
my wife's way too smart for that. But I will say, where the suit is airing out in her dressing room and not mine.
Oh, it's classic.
Well, you knew you were going to get this when you come back into Speed Freaks. You get to be Dario for a change.
It's never normal, is it? Love it.
Well, Freak Nation, you'll see this guy for the MAV TV 500 Auto Club Speedway, and how about MAV TV coming on board and sponsoring this, Dario?
That's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. Bringing new companies into the IndyCar series, what we need to be doing, and they're obviously involved with Lucas Oil, who've been a really terrific sponsor and a terrific supporter of the IndyCar series. So that's really cool. Really, really enjoy seeing new companies come in and be part of the series.
Now, hold on a second. Rumors earlier, a couple months ago, were that Verizon may take over the title sponsorship because Izod may be leaving. Also, rumors of Lucas Oil. What are you hearing?
I haven't heard anything. I've been sort of keeping up on the gossip.
So you're not up on your gossip?
Not up on my gossip. So I'm going to ask Scott Dixon. If you want the IndyCar gossip straight to the main line, ask Dixon. He knows. I'm seeing him in about 20 minutes here, and I'll be fully up to date because he knows everything. It's unbelievable.
So Scott Dixon is the TMZ of IndyCar.
It's unbelievable. Want to know something? Ask Dixon.
Okay, we're going to tweet him right now.
Nice. Again, Freak Nation, you'll see this guy, Auto Club Speedway, for the MAV TV 500 in Southern California. Coming up. Man, as always, thanks for taking time out and coming in here and putting up with us, brother.
Pleasure, guys. Take care.
All right, see ya. Dario Franchitti here in the Freak Nation.
What goes through your mind sometime?
Say it again.
What goes through your mind sometime? You really want Ashley Judd to sniff his crotch to find out if the pee stench or the milk stench is more overpowering? How does that even come across your melon? It's just gross.
It's Statman. I'm channeling Statman. I think what does Statman really want to know in this interview?
WWSMD. What would Statman do?
I was thinking that the one person who would not clean any of them is his wife. I don't care if they had tea and crumpet stains on them. She would not clean either one.
Crumpet stains?
Crumpet stains, yeah. As long as she could run down the pit lane to Victory Circle at Indy wearing her sundress and let it flip in the wind, she's happy. But the idea of cleaning something, that's probably not something she would do. As long as it doesn't interfere with the University of Kentucky basketball.
True.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Priority.
If they had University of Kentucky basketball on Memorial Day weekend, chances that would be the ultimate challenge of which event she would go to.
Freak Nation, we got tickets to give away. Crasher, what do you got? A couple of sets?
We do have a few, yes.
Okay, a couple of sets. Friday and Saturday night. MAV TV 500 going off. Auto Club Speedway this Saturday night. You got to be here in Southern California to win these damn things. Here's your phone number, 8669-FREAKS, 866-937-3257, 8669-FREAKS. First caller.
No.
What?
Okay, go ahead. Do the question.
First two callers, we going to change something on the rules to where we get sued again?
That's what she normally does.
That's true. That's me, right?
First two callers who can tell John up there manning the ghetto.
He's like, what?
What the hell?
SMH.
Manning a throwdown. What did I advise Dario Franchitti's wife, Miss Ashley Judd, to do to the fire suit?
That's too obscure.
Too obscure?
Yeah.
How would you not remember to sniff that, Statman?
Nobody's going to remember that. That's too obscure.
Now you're pulling a crash.
Yeah, exactly.
Statman.
Exactly.
What did I ask Ashley Judd to do? Ashley Judd to do to Dario Franchitti's fire suit? What the hell did I ask? Triple F, you know what I asked, right? All right, Triple F's over there with his 1940s headsets. Those are awesome.
His rotary dial cell phone.
What did I ask Ashley Judd to do to Dario Franchitti's freaking snappy fire suit? 8669-FREAKS, first two callers. Coming up next, and not much motorsports, here's a good one for you. When you're in Japan, ladies, you can get a squeeze for a good cause. And dudes, next time you fake your death to get a date, you might want to propose first.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
This freaking segment is brought to you by MAV TV, a fresh lineup of original programming featuring movies, action, lifestyle, comedy, and more. MAV TV is geared up to deliver excitement the whole family can enjoy. Log on to MAVTV.com to request MAV TV in your home. MAV TV, American Real. Attention, all you light truck and SUV owners who like to exceed the limits. General Tire has created a tough, extreme terrain General Grabber tire for you. The Grabber brings race-winning technology to thrill seekers planning their next extreme adventure. Whatever your journey, the Grabber will take you where you need to go. Engineered with a balance of off-road capabilities and on-road manners, it's the most durable tire General has ever produced. Where will your Grabbers take you next? Let us know on Facebook or Twitter, because with General Tires, anywhere is possible. General Tire, the official tire of Speed Freaks.
Freak Nation, for your motorcycle performance needs, look no further than Lucas Oil high-performance motorcycle oils. These are true racing oils that far exceed all manufacturer's spec and outlast conventional motorcycle oils on the track or on the street. Lucas Oil high-performance motorcycle oil provides lower temperatures, less engine noise, and fewer leaks. Street cruisers or dirt riders, you can get Lucas high-performance motorcycle oil at major auto parts stores today. Lucas Oil, the official oil of the freaks.
Enter the next generation of TV programming. The all-new MAV TV delivers a fresh lineup of original programming featuring nail-biting action sports, heart-pounding motorsports, exotic travel destinations, side-splitting comedy, and an impressive lineup of modern-day movie hits and Hollywood classics. MAV TV delivers a variety of content that you won't want to miss. So stop by the MAV TV booth at an event near you to request MAV from your provider or visit MAVTV.com. MAV TV, American Real.
Geico says, let's make life simpler.
You need to buy something, but you don't want to make a mistake. So what do? Scour the web? Collect sales circulars? Ask your brother-in-law? How about this? When it comes to car insurance, Geico has a 97% customer satisfaction rating. I repeat, 97%. So make it simple. Just ask a friend who has Geico. Then click or call. You could make it 98%.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
The MAV TV 500 IndyCar World Championships are coming to Auto Club Speedway. Don't miss the heart-pounding action as IndyCar's best drivers battle under the lights at speeds at over 200 miles per hour. Great seats starting just $30, and kids 12 and under get in free. Plus, take advantage of special savings for Auto Club members. This is the epic finale of the season. Get your IndyCar World Championship tickets now at AutoClubSpeedway.com or call 800-944-RACE.
Get ready to upgrade your car and your phone with Sony's new line of in-dash receivers featuring mirror-link technology. Control smartphone features and apps directly from the high-res 7-inch touchscreen display. Elevate your mobile experience with Pandora app control, Sirius XM compatibility, and additional features like Bluetooth, dual USB inputs, and CD-DVD playback. With all this integration, you won't just control your phone, you'll control the ride. Share your style with Sony's newest car audio products. Learn more at sony.com/car. Sony, the official car audio and video of SpeedFreaks.
I'm happy to bring you the next chapter in a fun contest series sponsored by our friends at Travel Guard. It's one of thousands of true travel tales they receive every year. Diane and her friend were enjoying a summer cruise in the Mediterranean when her legs started to itch uncontrollably. She let it go, thinking it would get better, but when she noticed it getting inflamed and red, her mind went to her worst fear. For the rest of the story and a chance to win a Kindle, visit TravelGuard.com/stories.
Travel Guard is a worldwide leader in travel insurance and assistance.
Folks, you remember why it's so crucial to have access to travel assistance on every trip, right? Well, if you're like me, you have On Call International. On the line is the company CEO, Mike Kelly. Mike, why is membership with On Call International so important?
Rudy, On Call International is a trusted leader in emergency evacuations. We offer medical evacuation to the hospital of your choice. We cover any trip beyond 50 miles from home, and we offer plans to fit every budget or need.
Save 30% off your membership today with the code MAXA30 at OnCallInternational.com.
You're listening to Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio Redefined.
This freaking segment is brought to you by Fatheads, the only eyewear for men with all sizes of heads. Pick a pair up now at Walmart Vision Centers or on their website at fatheads.com and include the coupon SpeedFreaks for 25% off. That's Fatheads with a Z. Fatheads, the official eyewear of Speed Freaks.
Statman, Crash Gladys, Kenny Sargent on the Freak Radio Network. Speed Freaks on a Sunday night. Coast to coast, and of course on racetalkradio.com and our website, speedfreaks.tv. How you doing, Freak Nation? Paul Tracy was in here, Dario Franchitti, Denny Hamlin, Jeff Gordon, Clint Boyer, Tony Schumacher. You missed any of this? Go to our website, speedfreaks.tv, and you can download all those interviews. Download.
That's legendous.
Download. My baby. Got some download for you. Crasher, give me some tweets.
What do you want to know? Actually, Jim, we got to talk. Jim in Michigan. He just said, because we're,
the guy that gave me, is that the same guy that gave me the shirt?
The jersey. And he's getting
I haven't
his
recovered
college
from
teams.
that yet, Jim.
He's getting his college teams a little messed up right now. Because, we're obviously asking the question, do you want to win the Indy 500? MAV TV 500 IndyCar tickets for the IndyCar season finale at California Speedway next weekend. You got to tell us, from the Dario Franchitti interview we just aired, what did Kenny Sargent suggest Dario's wife, Ashley Judd, do to his Indy 500 winning fire suit? Jim tweets us saying, isn't Ashley Judd Franchitti a Tennessee Volunteer fan?
Whoa,
whoa.
Man, hey, watch out.
Listen, buttface.
What about blue versus orange and you're not even a Bronco fan? Do you not understand? Full-on blue, Kentucky blue.
I know, wow.
Not much motorsport.
Not much motorsport.
Helio or helio?
Not.
Well, not only that.
Much.
Thank you, I love you. And headlining the party.
Douchebags.
Blues.
Not much motorsport.
The Freaks.
Not much motorsports.
That was the 2012 season of the Nebraska Cornhuskers going down. Hey, real quick, Crasher, before we get into Not Much Motorsports, Triple F dropped this on us a few weeks ago, and I really wanted to hit this real quick. Most embarrassing places to live in Britain? Residents of Dorset Village are braced for more toilet humor after it topped the poll. No, we put it on Twitter. We didn't discuss it.
All right.
The hell was I? After it topped a poll of places with the most embarrassing names. Statman, top 10 most embarrassing or unfortunate UK city names. Shitterton, Scratchy Bottom, Broken Wind, Crapstone, Golden Balls, Ugly or Ugly, Crackpot, Backside, Great Snoring.
Great. Is that upper Great Storm?
Come on over here, mate, and join me in Happy Bottom.
You sound like an Aussie.
I might have been, but I was living in the UK at the time in Happy Bottom.
Yeah, well, some of the people live in upper Happy Bottom versus lower Happy Bottom.
Upper and lower.
Wow. Is that if you have a colonoscopy or a sigmoidoscopy?
No, it's just that, the people on one side of the hill like to be called upper Happy Bottom.
Crasher, what you got?
A man tests his girlfriend's love by faking death before proposing to her. It's a proposal story only a sociopath could love. Russian businessman Alexei Baikov wanted to pop the question to his girlfriend Irina Kokolov, but needed to know just how much she loved him before he did. So he decided to, go ahead and fake his own death to see how she'd react. Employing a movie director, a stuntman, makeup artist, Baikov staged a horrific car crash at a spot where he'd arranged to meet Kokolov. When she showed up, she saw him covered in blood amid mangled cars and heard from a paramedic that he had died. After seeing her break down in tears, Baikov suddenly sprang to life and proposed, saying, "I wanted her to realize how empty her life would be without me." What a catch.
And Crasher, if you will, tweet that link because there's a picture of him in the blood. And that's pretty graphic.
Gnarly. It's kind of gnarly.
I mean,
hurry up because we got to do your story, and then we got something that's more important than anything we talked about all night tonight. So go. Because we haven't talked about it yet, and I can't believe we haven't talked about it yet.
The Japanese have taken raising money for charities to a new level with a breast squeeze fundraiser. At a breast squeeze fundraiser event recently held in Tokyo, 10 models, that is, volunteered to have their breasts squeezed in exchange for cash.
Volunteer?
Towards the Stop AIDS cause. To participate in this event, men and women line up to have their IDs checked. You got to be 18 years or older. Donate money, sterilize their hands, and then squeeze the breasts of one of the 10 models of their choice. They were allowed 2 squeezes per hand, Statman. And if they were not satisfied, hell, they'd have to rejoin the line and fork up more cash for a refill. The practice of allowing people to squeeze breasts in exchange for money is popular at some Japanese bars. This is the first time on record it has been enlisted for a public event. You squeeze breasts in any of our breast facilities, Statman, you're going to be hanging out with Guido in the trash can.
No, you won't be hanging out with Guido. Guido will hang you out over the 15th floor.
Crash, you got some more Not Much Motorsports?
No, this is, well, it starts off not much motorsports, but it goes into a lot of definitely back into motorsports.
Okay. You
upper
got
back
about
end or lower back end?
Upper.
Okay.
And you'll see. You'll see why. All right. Alex Zanardi, kart champion, I should say, lost both of his legs in a terrifying crash back in 2001, just 4 days after the September 11th attacks. Kart at the time was racing in Germany, and if you don't know this story, go to Motorsport Retro. I believe that is who I'm quoting here. Motorsportretro.com. My friend Andy Halberry, he also writes for Autosport. He's done a series on Alex Zanardi and Alex's comeback, and Alex this week won 2 gold medals and 1 silver medal in hand cycling in the Paralympics. It's an incredible comeback story. Alex Zanardi is so strong, he even lifted his Dallara hand cycling bike above his head on the podium with his gold medal around his neck. And now, thanks to Andy Halberry giving us these quotes, it's looking like, yes, Alex Zanardi will be at the Indy 500 next year, the first ever paraplegic to drive in that race if he qualifies. It's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. Chris and Mo Nunn got together. Chris, talking about Chris Pook, how Alex Zanardi had gone to Chris Pook saying, help me get back into IndyCar. And this was a couple of years ago. Chris and Mo Nunn got together. Mo adapted a Champ Car back in the day. This was a couple of years ago when he did his last 13 laps at the Lausitzring. It was also secret. No one knew. He went out on the first run within moments. He said he felt like he was at home. Fast forward to this year. He said, Indy's always been a dream. I know I can do it. Jimmy Vasser offered me a car for 2013 if I won gold in London. I've now done my part. If we do it, we're going to reunite the dream team from the 90s. Me, Chip Ganassi, Jimmy Vasser, and Mo Nunn.
Man, that's a whole can of worms right there, Jack.
It's a good thing we don't have time to start talking about that one.
That's true.
I think it's great. He's proven he can get out of the car quickly if something were to happen, as he did in his DTM races. I think this is great. You guys aren't agreeing with me?
I think it's fantastic he won the gold medals.
You don't think he should come back and race the Indy 500?
Nope.
Why?
Do I need to state the obvious?
No, I don't get it.
I don't need to state the obvious?
I don't get it because I think he can do it.
Well, Crasher, we will do that next week.
Ugh.
Crash Gladys, Statman, Kenny Sargent, Triple F. John, thank you very much. Shoot the juice to the moose to Statman.
Cut it loose.
See ya.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Get ready to upgrade your car and your phone with Sony's new line of in-dash receivers featuring mirror link technology. Control smartphone features and apps directly from the high-res 7-inch touchscreen display. Elevate your mobile experience with Pandora app control, Sirius XM compatibility, and additional features like Bluetooth, dual USB inputs, and CD-DVD playback. With all this integration, you won't just control your phone, you'll control the ride. Share your style with Sony's newest car audio products. Learn more at sony.com/car. Sony, the official car audio and video of Speed Freaks.
Hey, Freak Nation, Lucas Oil Multi-Vehicle Automatic Transmission Fluid provides today's transmissions with excellent oxidation stability, wear protection, foam and heat resistance. Lucas Oil Automatic Transmission Fluid provides smooth shifting, outstanding seal conditioning, and it's recommended for use in both new and older vehicles and even Japanese and European transmissions. Log on to lucasoil.com for more information. And be sure to get your Lucas Oil Multi-Vehicle Automatic Transmission Fluid at major auto parts stores today.
Where is your next big adventure taking you? Let General Tire's Grabber line take you there. From the rugged mountains to the demands of the desert and every road in between, the Grabber UHP, HTS, and AT2 will get you there. A blend of durability, comfort, and performance. The Grabber line provides superior traction and confidence no matter the road surface. Be prepared for whatever conditions you face with the versatility and longevity of the Grabber line of light truck tires. Tell us how you're exceeding the limits on Facebook and Twitter, because with General Tires, anywhere is possible. General Tire, the official tire of Speed Freaks.
So you want to lose weight, huh? Tell me about it. Hey, it's Crash Gladys. I live on the road and find it hard to eat clean and stay fit, but I've created an accountability group to help me do just that. And I need you to join me. Go now. Sign up for free. Racetobefit.com. Join my team. Let's help each other to eat right, work out, and have fun. I need you to hold me to my goals, and I bet you need me to do the same. I'm a P90X certified trainer, but I can still find excuses to not work out. Let's do this together. Racetobefit.com. P90X, Insanity, TurboFire, Shakeology, and more. Racetobefit.com.
Freak Nation, one size does not fit all, especially when it comes to your eyewear. Fatheads gets that and is the only eyewear for men with all sizes of heads. Fatheads has a huge selection of sleek, stylish, and affordable sunglasses and prescription eyewear for your oversized noggin. Pick a pair up now at Walmart Vision Centers or on their website at fatheads.com. That's Fatheads with a Z. And right now, drop Speed Freak's name in the coupon code and get 25% off your purchase. Fatheads, the official eyewear of Speed Freaks.
Geico says, let's make life simpler.
It's ironic. Sometimes technology makes life more complicated. Take your TV, for example. How many remote control devices does it take to change a channel? Geico, on the other hand, makes technology work for you. Your laptop, smartphone, tablet. No matter what device you have, no matter where you are, you're never more than a click or call away from Geico. It really is as simple as that.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Ever wondered what you do if you were seriously sick or injured on a trip? You need On Call International, and joining me is the company's CEO, Mike Kelly. Now, Mike, why is this protection so critical?
Medical evacuation in the U.S. or abroad can cost $30,000, $50,000, or even $100,000 and is rarely covered by major medical plans, including